What up, y'all? It's your boo Shay Dilla, and today, girl, we gonna be doing this. Look, yeah, it's got the green one with the yellow with the eyelashes. Okay, and if you want to see how this look was done, go ahead and stay tuned. Make sure you press that like and ring that bell, that ding 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 bell. Make sure you change your post notifications to all so you can see when I post more things. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. That's right, subscribe. That's right, subscribe. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Yes. Okay, so Pete, this is what happened. So, when I was like 17, being a young little desperate theater bop, yes, I said desperate, and yes, I said theater bop, there was this guy that had pieces of my heart. Okay, we gonna say pieces because I ain't never really loved him. I ain't never really really know what I was doing. I just felt like, okay, it's my first little relationship, whatever. Let me buckle down and be with somebody. So, with that being said, let me give y'all a little backstory. I met him online. The first day we dated, the first day we went on a date, he asked me to be his girlfriend. I said yes. And then he broke up with me the next day. And instead of me being like, ooh, skirt, skirt, I was like, nah, this is a challenge. I like this. I'm going to make him want me. So, with that being said, I played game after game after game after game until finally he decided, okay, I'm going to mess with you. I'm like, okay, cool. So we start messing around or whatever. Well, probably like 6 months into this whole mess around, I'm gonna call it, because that's exactly what it was. It was a mess around. Okay, girl, let me tell you. So about 6 months into it, I'm like, let's just take things more seriously. Mind you, about 2 months into it, I found out that he had an ex-girlfriend that was kind of like a current girlfriend that was still lingering around. But I was like, nah, he gonna choose me. He ain't gonna choose her. That's just point blank, period. Y'all, my head was too big, okay? So with that being said, like I said, about 6 months into it, I'm like, let's take things more seriously. So I'm like, you know what? I really don't like the way you dress. I feel like I can get you some more, cuter stuff so you can see how I kind of want you to dress since you gonna be mine and stuff. And ain't no nigga gonna turn down some clothes. So he was like, it's good. Like, what you trying to do? So this weekend just happened to be Easter Sunday weekend too, right? So I called myself taking boy to church. Y'all, fall out, come back. Okay, so I took him to church. We up in the church, me, him, and my sister. First of all, I should have known that he wasn't the one, because this dude gonna wear a vest to church with a pin on it that say I heart porn. Didn't even think enough of Jesus to take the pin off his shirt for church. Like, he just went to church. I guess when they say come as you are, he was like, I'm going as I am. Okay, and he did. So we leave church or whatever. He spent the weekend with me. I'm thinking it's good because he stayed the night on Saturday, went to church with me on Sunday, and then we kicked it all day Sunday. So I'm like, okay, cool, it's good. We went shopping, got him the clothes that I wanted him to have, and like everything was good. So the next day we're texting, having a good old time. I'm trying to keep up with him and stuff. So then randomly, the nigga stopped texting me. And I'm like, skirt? I know he ain't stopped texting me. What is he doing? So hours go by and hours go by, and I'm like, oh, I still don't get no reply. So what's going on? Well, I log on to Facebook and I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling some more and scrolling some more. And I see a picture of boy at the movies. I'm like, who the fuck he go to the movies with? So I'm scrolling some more and scrolling some more. And I see a picture of him and the ex-girlfriend at the movies in the outfit that I bought him. In the outfit that I bought him. Y'all, when I tell you, livid, don't even explain the feeling I had in my heart. So I texted him and I said, first off, you gonna go to the movies with this heifer in the outfit that I bought you. You took my clothes and went to go look good for the next thing. So guess what? The clothes that you left at my house, the shoes that you left at my house, I'm burning it. He was like, how many times you gonna say that shit before you actually do it? Because I always threatened him to burn something. I'm like, I'm gonna burn your clothes, I'm gonna burn you burn your shoes, I'm gonna burn your beanies, I'm gonna burn your snapbacks, back when snapbacks was popping. Y'all. So he was like, how many times you gonna say it before you do that shit? I said, are you calling my bluff? He said, let that shit burn. I said, say less. Say the fuck less. So, I waited for a little bit because I had to plot my plot. So I went in my room. I got all my makeup out. I'm like, I'm gonna do my makeup. And I'm gonna burn his shit. Then I'm gonna record it. And I'm gonna post it online so he can see how good I look burning his shit. When I say hell has no fury, hell has no fury. Okay? So, I do my makeup. I'm looking like a fine glass of water. Put on some heels, girl. And my little 17-year-old self gonna put on some heels thinking I was doing something. I put on the heels. Got real cute. Wet the whole ground outside in my mama's backyard. Because I was like, first of all, I'm not gonna set nothing on fire but these clothes. Okay? So I wet the whole ground up. Put his clothes in the middle in a bonfire. Set the computer up so that they could see me. Okay, make sure that the video came out good. And I tried to spark it with a lighter, but that wasn't working. So I tried to spark it with a match, and then that wasn't working. So you know what? My sister came home with her raggedy ass friend. And they was like, why don't you do it like this? So my sister took a hair scrunchie and lit it on fire on the stove. And then she stuck the hair scrunchie in his shoe. And then that shit went poof, ablaze, okay? So not only did I light it on fire, I'm like, you know what? We need a chant. So we start chanting, burn that shit, hey, burn that shit. So then I was like, that ain't enough. We need a twerk. So we start twerking. Burn that shit, hey, burn that shit. Twerking in a circle around his burnt ass shit. So, y'all, when I tell you I recorded it and I put it on Facebook, within about 10 minutes of me burning this shit, I get a drastic ass text message from the nigga. Oh, you want to burn my shit? That's fine. I'm about to post all your nudes. Oh, fall out, come back. First of all, I got too many roles for that. Y'all, I start thinking like, did I send him nudes? Did I? Or didn't I? Did I? Or didn't I? When I tell y'all I could not remember, I was like, oh my God, I might have not. What did I do? So now I'm panicking, y'all, in a rush. I'm like, should I delete the video or should I leave it up? Should I delete the video? I'm like, you know what? Delete the video. Just delete the video. So I delete the video. And I text him and I'm like, don't do that. Just in case, y'all, because I didn't know what I sent the boy. So I'm like, don't do that. Then I start thinking, you know what? I don't even got nudes like that. All I have is bra and panty pics. So he could post whatever he want to post. All my roly-poly-olies will be on the internet. I don't care. So I'm waiting. When I tell y'all I'm looking at his page all day trying to see if he's going to post my pictures, he ain't post shit because he ain't have shit. And I'm still sitting here like I burnt his shit. So when I tell y'all, when you get back at a man, just make sure he ain't got nothing to get back at you with. Just, double check your bases. Make sure you ain't sent him nothing. Make sure he ain't got nothing on you. Make sure he can't say nothing about you. Make sure you ain't tell him no secrets. Because they will try to get you back on top of get you back. But what had me bent is, how you gonna take my clothes that I bought you, go look cute for the next bitch, and then try to expose me for being mad and burning your shit after you told me that I could burn it? Yeah, that's why you don't fuck with fuck boys, okay? Make sure you get you a solid young man. Because if you don't, you'll be in situations like that with men's who ain't shiznits. Okay? Mind you, we didn't even talk for like 2 weeks after I burnt his stuff, right? So I burnt it. Me and him stopped talking for like 2 weeks. Then my best friend was like, girl, you know you miss him. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of do. Dumb. When I tell you dumb, I mean DUMB, all capital letters. Dumb. So I end up texting boy, right? And so I text him and I'm like, do you miss me? Because I kind of miss you. And he's like, is you fucking crazy? You burnt my shit. Like, don't fucking text me no more. And you know me, fucking Scorpio, big old head. I'm like, no, you miss me and you ain't gonna tell me nothing otherwise. Crazy, girl, crazy, I'm telling you. So we end up talking, whatever. And I just wanted to see where his head was at, kind of just to see if I could pull him back in. Well, boy, was I in for a rude awakening. So I do pull him back in, right? But this time, bruh is hecka demanding, like, when you gonna let me come over? When we finna kick it? This and this and this and this. And I'm like, I really don't want to kick it with you. Like, I kind of just want somebody to talk to. And he like, no, if you don't let me to come over, then we can't talk no more, blah, blah, blah. Making all these empty threats and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, come over. So he comes over. Well, I wasn't expecting my dad to show up because, you know, he didn't come over every day. Like, my dad don't be at the house every day. So I didn't expect him to just randomly show up. So this particular day, he randomly shows up. Well, I hear the keys at the door, so I go to see if it was really him at the door or if I was tripping. So when I walk down the hallway, show in the fact enough, it's my dad. So my dad looks over my head past me, sees Brett sitting on the bed in his boxers. So I'm just like, let me make a beeline for the couch because I already know this ain't gonna end well. So I went to go sit my happy self on the couch. While I'm sitting on the couch, my sister's sitting there on the computer typing away like this ain't got nothing to do with me. So I already knew that it was gonna go down. So I'm just sitting there like, damn, I hope Brett just get out. Like, I hope he don't say nothing stupid. So my dad's like, hey, bro, you gotta get up out of here. When I tell you, boy was just sitting on the couch. Sitting on my bed on his phone, like my dad didn't say nothing. I'm like, oh, it's about to be bad. So next thing you know, I hear this loud ass crack. And I'm like, oh God, I hope it's not Brett's head. Like, please don't be his head. Well, next thing you know, after that, I see Brett getting dragged down the hallway by his neck. I'm like, oh. Bro, why you let him do you like that? So Brett getting dragged down the hallway by his neck. I'm just looking like, get out. Just get out. Just go outside. So he goes outside. My dad's like, get his shit. He gotta go. So I go in my room. I start picking up the pieces of his phone. The loud crack was his phone hitting the wall because my dad took his phone out of his hand and threw it against the wall. Well, after that had happened, he proceeded to drag him out the house by his neck. So while he's outside, standing in the front yard in his boxers, I'm gathering all his belongings, his backpack, his pants, his shirt, his everything. I'm just gathering everything up together. His phone, the pieces, the fucking screen, the battery, and everything else with it. So I end up taking his stuff outside. Mind you, while we standing outside, Brett's still in his boxers. So my dad's standing there like, is you threatening me? Put your hands up. So he got Brett standing up there with his hands up like, don't shoot. And I'm just looking like, this is so sad. So then this kid that I went to school with ends up passing by the house. And I'm like, damn, Dad, you got me out here looking like a Thuder Bob Brett in his boxers. Oh, Lord. So Brett ends up leaving the house because my dad was like, he got to go. I don't care about nothing that y'all talking about. He got to go. So he ends up leaving, and then me and my dad just sat there and had a talk, and he was just like, don't be letting these dudes like play you, basically. And I'm just like, yeah, you're so right. I understand. You're so right. Moral of this story is when you're 17, you're too young to date. If you live in your parents' house, you're too young to date. If you gonna have bruh come over after you done burnt his stuff, make sure that bruh don't get caught in your house because it shall end badly. And I just want to thank y'all for listening to this whole story if you made it all the way through because it was a long one. And I don't, I've learned my lesson. I don't mess with men like that no more. Now I date solid men who have things to offer me other than their bodies in the nicest way possible. So, with that being said, I hope y'all learned something from this, and I hope y'all choose better men than I did. This is my favorite part. Let me get to them lashes. Yes, honey. Put that mascara on, girl. Put that mascara on. And here we go with them lashes. Pop them on. Just pop them on. I wish I could do that little effect where you just snap your fingers and they pop on, but I ain't got it like that yet. Anywho, I hope y'all young ladies learn something from my bad choices. And I hope y'all don't make the same bad choices. If you have to burn a man's clothes because he did you dirty, do not go back to him. If you find out that a man has a girlfriend, leave him be. If you think that you ain't the one and only, don't be none of them. Okay? There's no such thing as a main chick. If you ain't the only chick, you don't matter. And that is today's advice of the week, okay? But this look, though. This look, okay? I did that. I did that with the green. I want y'all to comment down below if you think I should do one with purple and pink. And I also want y'all to comment down below if y'all ever been in a situation with a man that made you feel like, ooh, you learned something, okay? And I also want y'all to comment down below if I was crazy for burning his stuff. Because I really think about it to this day. And I'm like, should I have done that? But y'all, when I say I set it ablaze, I set it ablaze. Okay? And with that, that is the conclusion of my story. Yes. Yes, girl. Yes. It's a look. It's a vibe. Lemon lime. Sprite. Okay. Okay. Yes. And y'all know I had to take a couple pictures for Snapchat. Had to take a couple pictures. I love the blue butterflies. What y'all think about the blue butterflies? Comment down below if y'all like the blue butterflies. So I want to thank y'all for watching to see how I got this look. Yes, like I said, make sure you subscribe and click that post notification bell. Ring that bell, that brr, 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 ding, 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 bell. And make sure you go ahead and change your post notifications to all so you can see when I post more things. Thanks, and